Right, good morning everyone and welcome back to Thai Talk with Dan, the channel where we share all of your Thailand stories. Right now guys, I'm sat under a few trees to try and find some shade, and also it's very windy, so hopefully you can see and hear me okay. Now today everyone, we've got a story that's quite sad. A subscriber that's emailed in his story has told us about his relationship with his Thai partner who he was with for 7 years, and then his nightmare began. When you've got children with a Thai woman and things don't go as planned, it can get very, very messy. So without further delay, let's jump into today's Thailand story. My name is Tim, and finding your channel has been a lifesaver for me. I'd be very interested in sharing my story with anybody who might find it helpful. I'm a 51-year-old man who has been in a relationship with a Thai woman who is now 32 years of age since 2014. When I met her as a young uni applicant applying for her master's program here in Hawaii, she was here on a student work visa. She was 23 years old at the time, and she had told me of her age. Here they come again. Just to interrupt the video, we like to just pass by, stroll along, no issues, no problems, it's all good. I was her first relationship, and she lost her virginity to me. She was in her senior year at Bangkok's Kasetsart University at the time, and she became pregnant in the summer of 2014 before returning home that Christmas, only to learn her pregnancy was unhealthy and she required a termination strictly scrutinised by government and doctors. She returned the first week of January 2015, shortly after the procedure, ending our daughter's life. We were heartbroken. She left with me, and again she became pregnant that spring of 2015, and this time it was different. I returned to Bangkok with her to begin our family. Our daughter was born in December 2015. She completed her undergraduate and we were married in May 2016. We travelled extensively, had our second daughter in February 2019, and her green card to migrate to the US was approved at the downturn of COVID. We returned as a family to the United States in April 2021 for my daughter to begin school, and that was when my nightmare began. Since then, she has had affairs, cyberbullying and boasting of it over social media to her friends, told me my children were not mine, boasted of pilfering my money, extensive affairs, and was kicked out of the United States Army for failing a drug test for methamphetamine. When I complained to the authorities over her destructive, dangerous behaviour, they used it as evidence of my own unhingement, unfitness as a parent, and they took my children into protection. They are also now attempting to remove my parental rights. For reporting children I found on her phone gallery, I found to be obscene. Domestic violence is a hot political topic here. when the man is universally seen as the aggressor, none of whom subscribing to this convention. Being aware of the Thai Falang relationship dynamic, I've not seen my children in 6 months. They're going to terminate my parental rights in January, or give my Thai wife sole custody because our system assumed my wife was the victim and not myself and my children. Now, there is much more to the story than this, but to summarise, as a warning, my story is by no means unique. Also, ha and mahalo for your efforts. I've never felt so alone, betrayed and helpless in my life. I would very much like to hear from you. Your friend, Tim. Right, Tim, thank you very much for sharing your short story on the channel. It's a horrible situation to be in, mate. After being with someone for 7 years and then all of a sudden everything changes, affairs start happening, stating that she's pilfering money, etc. It went crazy. And unfortunately, you're now in a situation where you might not see your children again. So what was the reason why she snapped after 7 years? We don't really know. You never gave us enough information in regards to the arguments, what they were about at that time before she started to have affairs with other men, etc. I mean, a lot of people can say it's down to hormones after the birth of your child and then your second child. It can mess around with hormones. Maybe it was that, or maybe she found that she was in a situation now where she could break away from you and she could have a family separate and she could move on and maybe find a new partner. God knows, we're only guessing. But let's see what everybody else has to say. As I always say, I am only one man, but the people on the channel are many. So put your comments down below and tell Tim what you really think. All I can say about this kind of situation is that it changes the whole dynamic when you have children with a woman, a Thai woman. It changes a lot of things. You can't just get away and never see that woman again if you want to support and be there for your children or child. So it's a very, very difficult situation. And a lot of the times you have to bow your head, put your head down, not argue, in order to try to fix things a little and take away that tension and that animosity and just show that you're a good father that should be able to take care of his kids. But it's not always that simple. We know how women can get, especially if they're angry or feel like you've done something towards them. You know, they're more scary than us men. But Tim, I'm sorry that you've had to go through this. I wish you the best of luck and I hope that you get to see your children and have your children in your life. Hopefully you can sort that out. Maybe try to speak to her, come up with some kind of an agreement and try and take it away from the courts if you feel like you're going to lose or your lawyer is stating you're going to lose. Try to communicate with her if you're allowed to do that. So best of luck to you, Tim. Now everyone, if you've got a similar situation going on or you'd just like to share your own Thailand story of what happened to you, then please feel free to email the channel and we can share it with everyone. Send your emails to thaitalkwithdan@gmail.com. Thanks for watching, guys. Take it easy and ciao for now. Bye-bye.